Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Saville Grand Prix here in Edmonton, Alberta. My name is Matt Sussman, and I will be providing the commentary for the game. Apologies that we got started just a little bit early for all of you blank end enthusiasts out there. But we have an exciting game here. Kerri Einarson's team from Manitoba versus Myla Plett from here in Edmonton. This is the sixth draw of the game for the women's side, or of the weekend for the women's side. And both of these teams are already 2-0, so they're both playing quite well. And whoever wins this game will be in prime position to win their pool and be one of the 8 teams that makes the playoffs starting tomorrow. So with the first end largely underway, already at third stones, Team Einarson won the draw to the button and has last rock advantage. And a very simple first end for both teams here. Talking a little bit more about the teams, this is a matchup with Einarson being ranked 7th in the world versus Team Plett being 57th. However, they have played one time this year, and this was at the Saville shootout a couple months ago, and it was Team Plett that won that game 5-3. And if you remember, the Einarson team has had some lineup changes over the year with the injury to Shannon Burchard and the positive drug test banned substance for Brianne Harris. There has been a lot of sort of tumult in their lineup, but they have put it together and they've got a nice lineup here with Kristen Karwacki at lead. Joanne Courtney, you may notice, is out there being the super spare at second. Val Sweeting at third, and Einarson at skip. On the other side, throwing the yellow stones, we have Ali Iskew at lead. Chloe Fiduke, apologize if I got that wrong, throwing the second stones. The rest of that lineup in a bit. Getting back to the action here. Again, a very simple first end and largely by design, getting comfortable with the ice. This is the first game for both teams today. They both played 2 games yesterday, as I mentioned. They're both 2-0. If something really unusual happens, we're likely to have no score here in the first end, but Team Plett here looking to just hit and stick. And for Team Plett, Alyssa Nedoin throwing third stones. Definitely a disparity in experience with both of these teams. Einarson having won 4 Canadian championships, and Team Plett winning a junior championship back in 23. So they are one of those U25 teams, this sort of emerging category of up-and-coming teams that Canada is trying to develop so that they can be primed in position to be that next first tier in the future. But they're here now as Einarson takes care of that, and I believe we are blank after one.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
What do you got? You got one, you got two, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Second N here, underway at the Saville Grand Prix. No score in the first, as Plett's first rock slides back into the back 12. Einarson choosing to ignore it, setting up a corner guard, and very good chance we'll see some points here in this end. So with this being broadcast by Curling Stadium, if you're blissfully unaware, all of these games are being shown on YouTube, and there are currently 10 games here on the ice, all of which have incredible talent left to right. This is also one of two feature games, so if you're not enjoying what I'm saying, you can go to our other feature game on YouTube. It is Caitlin Laws versus Kate Cameron. I hope you stay here and watch this game, though. Laws and Cameron also being in this exact same pool. Laws is 2-0, Cameron is 0-2. Cameron desperately needs a win to stay alive in this event. An attempt there to use the Einarson corner. Comes up a little short, but it does stay as sort of an off-center guard. Kristen Karawaki is going to be asked to go around all of that. So if you're out there watching today, let us know in the chat where you might be watching from, or if I happen to mispronounce any of the names, if you happen to know anyone here on the ice, know them better than me, be sure to correct myself. I've been known to be wrong before. That draw attempt just doesn't quite curl around. It is exposed, and the ask is going to be to take it out and roll away. Sweepers like it, just sort of controlling it there. Excellent shot there. So Team Plett sitting two. They do not have last rock. He's already getting a little bit messy for Kerri and her team. couple different ways you can go about this. You can try to draw around. Looks like she's elected, though, to hit shot stone and roll a little bit. Joanne Courtney. Briefly reunited with her former skip, Val Sweeting. This one's going to curl a little bit too much, doesn't remove anything, just clips one of the rocks. Plett with a chance to put some pressure. Doesn't look like a true steal opportunity at this point because nothing is guarded on the center line, but certainly a really, really good force opportunity here for the young team. So the second stone for Chloe Fiduke. That settles in pretty good, little deep, but they are sitting the 3. And now that's the opportunity I think Kerri needs to just use that off-center guard and get around it. Everyone's thinking this one's a little bit hot. Now they're sweeping to curl. And for that being a freeze opportunity, that was about 3 or 4 feet. A little heavy, so it bounces off and it's exposed. Chance here for Alyssa Nedowin to hit it, and she could afford to roll a little bit underneath cover. Good news for Team Einarson. All the rocks in the house behind the tee line. So that hit is just going to hit it a little bit high, rolls away. The yellows are piling up. They're all behind the tee line. Ice might be a little fast for him at this point. Nothing's really been coming up light here. This is Val Sweeting's first rock. This one's really coming in nice. Well managed. That just slips right behind the tee line, but it is shot stone, which is prime directive there. So that's a big sigh of relief for Team Einarson. Now, Alyssa does have some room to get around that and freeze to it and be shot themselves. She's really working this one. And that is going to come up light. So just as I said, nothing is coming up light. I get proven wrong once again. Now all of a sudden, a chance for a 2-point end is in play. Val just threw this. If she can get another one around, that'd be in real good shape. This one's also coming up light. Just not getting around, but it is covering. Shot stone. Freeze opportunities taken away, so Myla Plett will have to take a little bit extra ice and go around that. So here's Plett's first. Looking to draw around. The third straight rock down that path is just coming up a little bit light. There's a veritable quarry there, right at the center line. Not sure who benefits from that huge mess up front. But Einarson sitting shot with an opportunity to get around. Can certainly put the pressure on. 2, maybe even 3 is in play here. This is where I'd ask my commentary partner if they want this buried all the way or just half under. So I'll just have to ask myself that question. Don't think it has to be completely buried. So here's Kerri Einarson's first. I like the line. It's starting to come to a crawl here. And they just got that for second shot. It is largely open. Is there a double opportunity here? Question is, you can certainly hit the one. The question Myla's asking herself is, how much can she hit? And where does it go? If she can get right by the yellow guard on the center and hit what she can see, is there a chance that she can get to shot stone and have the second shot stone bounce off? It looks close. I think the other reality here is there's not really a good shot to get, you don't want to draw around it. That's very dangerous. You may need to concede the 2 at this point, so if you can just hit one of them and make it go away, then it's probably all you got. And that, with that draw path being very treacherous for both teams already, Might as well have a go at it. Can't hurt yourself. But you also don't want to be narrow either. When you look at that sort of diamond-shaped collection of guards, you clip that yellow, you might accidentally punch that red rock in for a third. So she's got to be careful here. After that blank end in the first, we've got all the rocks in play. Well, most of the rocks in play. That's hyperbole. So after lining this up, here's final stone and second for Team Plett. Looking for the double. There it is. And it bounces. And it gets through. Incredible shot from Myla Plett, who are now sitting at least 3, and that's certainly enough. Final stone and second for Team Plett. Looking for the double. There it is. And it bounces. And it gets through. And a little port for that rock to squeak through. So danger averted for Team Plett, who is 1-0 in their career against Team Einarson. And that leaves Kerri with a draw against 3. Just needs 8 foot. There is some backing. No panic in these veteran sweepers. She's going to use all of the house there and gets the single and takes the lead 1-0 going into the third.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Third end here, the Saville Grand Prix in Edmonton, Alberta. This This is Matt Sussman here with commentary, alongside Teller from Penn and Teller. It's just me. So Einarson settling for the single in the second after what looked like a chance for a crooked number was taken away by a gorgeous slash double by Myla Plett. Here in third, we've got guard slips into the house, taken out. So Kerri will try to coax a center guard with Christian Karwacki's second stone. In this Saville Grand Prix, having 10 games on the ice. This is a men's and women's event. All these games are the women's draw. And they're all available on YouTube, presented by Curling Stadium. So there's a center guard. Taking a look to see if it is on the center line, and that does matter for the uninitiated. One of the more recent rules is that during the free guard zone stones, you cannot take a center guard off the center line. This is Ali Iskew looking to go around this. That'll settle in the forefoot. Pretty much all open. A chance here for Joanne Courtney to hit it and maybe get a little inside roll. And they'll just sit right there on the nose. So Team Plett playing pretty well so far in this event. They won their opening game against Team Gao from China 8-1. Followed that up with a 5-3 victory over Kate Cameron's team. And even though they're down 1-0, they got to feel really good about that second end. That was a very well played end, especially with Plett's stones. That stone there just sitting mostly open, looking unlikely that there's going to be a chance to get an inside roll anymore. Further it goes up the house. And Joanne will be asked to quietly remove this stone. Val trying to push this one over. And again, right on the nose for a third straight time. I am sensing a pattern. Now Chloe Fadouk try to hit this one a little harder. Roll to the wing. You're not going to believe it, but that one was hit on the nose. Those hit and rolls are always very difficult to manage. You have to have the weight right, especially with that late finish. They're all hitting in the same spot. Val Sweeting here. Just looking to hit it right there on the nose. Starting to curl up. Oh, and does get a little bit of inside roll. It is slightly undercover there. Nice shot there by Val. Good job by the sweepers to hold it. So after 4 or 5 rocks, that 4-foot rock has suddenly become a 12-foot rock, and now the double seems pretty easy. If Myla doesn't like the way this end is going, she could certainly opt to try and remove them all. It's going to be difficult to hit both reds and lose your shooter. So I think they're just going to play the hit and roll wide. They just throw the same thing again, they'll get a little bit of that roll action. There's the hit, and that will roll and stick at the side of the house. That's a terrific shot there by Alyssa Nedouin. So now there's a completely different angle here that they have to play. And they haven't really played out here yet. There's a little bit of guess in terms of what's going to happen here. Val Sweeting, the lefty, looking to hit it, possibly get a roll. Hit, and there's the roll. And that's going to roll all the way to the 4-foot, almost about where that first rock landed there. Everything comes full circle here at the Saville Grand Prix. Here's Nedouin's second rock. Needs to carve it over a little bit. That is just going to hit, flop a foot. Sit right there. A very interesting end here. Even though there hasn't been a lot of rocks in play, there's been a lot of sort of jockeying for position. No one quite able to get that hit and roll here. With Kerri's first, chance here to get that hit and roll. That's just going to sit right there. So Plett with hammer. Likely going to want to have to hit this and maybe roll a little bit open. I think she'd love a blank here. You could also hit and try to get undershot. That would probably force Kerri to play either some type of pick or maybe even a straight run back. They're going to play the roll, and it just rolls a little bit too far. Going to slip right behind the tee line. Chance here for Kerri to maybe, just maybe, get that roll they've been looking for all end. I don't think anyone's even played an out turn this end yet. Here's Kerri Einarson's last rock. And that's just going to roll a couple inches. Totally open there. Good opportunity. Hit and rolls are harder than they look. So Myla Plett with a chance here to just peel it out and hold on to the hammer. So there are boring blank ends and there are exciting blank ends. And I think this one was just kind of right in the middle here. Here's Plett's final stone. Sweeper's picking her up out of hand. Making sure this one hits and rolls out, and no worries. They're just going to escort it to the bumpers. No score in the third. Plett will keep the hammer for the fourth.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Join us this March for the House of Hearts Charity Bonspiel in Duluth, Minnesota. Help raise funds for Project Joy, who provides meals for hungry kids in our community. Every donation helps to ensure no child goes hungry. Join us and make a difference. Together, we can spread joy.
Here we are in the fourth end of the Saville Grand Prix. This is Team Einarson versus Team Plett here in Edmonton, Alberta. So Plett able to blank the third after several attempts by both teams to get the hit and roll they were looking for. Resulted in never more than 2 rocks in play at any time. And even though they are ranked lower and have way less experience than this very accomplished Einarson team, they are matching them shot for shot so far. And as mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Team Plett has played Einarson once before, and they did beat them. So they're not afraid of this team at all. So with Hammer, they've elected to go under the center guard. So Kristen Karwacki will be asked to freeze to shot Stone. Keeper's looking to get that angle there. That's a pretty good corner freeze. They always make it look so easy. One good freeze deserves another. Might have been looking for a little bit of a bump and unlock there, but that's a pretty good shot, pretty good result. So Joanne Courtney trying to draw around here. You see here in the chat, Julia noted how Joanne, she hasn't been part of the elite tier game for quite a while, and is just able to strap on the gear and play pretty well. Wish we all could do that, but yeah, she's looking great out there so far. This Einarson team has kind of had a revolving door at second with the absence of Shannon Burchard with a knee injury. You may have seen Dawn McEwen come out of retirement as well and play a pretty good second. That helped Einarson win the Grand Slam event. So if you're up in Canada and you're a retired curler and you see Kerri Einarson on the caller ID, you may want to answer that call. Chloe Fadouk trying to draw around. It's needed to go for line and nothing else. That's going to fall all the way back to the back 12 here. So try number 2 for Joanne. He's got a lot more line and also a lot more weight. It needs to stop. Myla trying to sweep it back, and that will just slip for second shot. Overhead cameras aren't always the biggest truth tellers, but it does look like Plett sitting shot in the top 8. See if Chloe can get this one around. Line is much better here. Clippers bring it in. Can they get that in for second shot? Yes, they can. Can they get it under cover? Yes, they can. So now Team Plett sitting 2 with hammer. Undercover. Kerri's going to need a bailout shot here from Val Sweeting. They are lined up for the run. Looks like a lefty out turn. Or clockwise, as we like to call them. Haven't seen any runs yet this game. This will be the first one. That is going to catch shot stone, spill out, but still shot stone here. Almost the exact same situation. There's another one trying to get around here. That is going to come up a little bit light and just act as another guard. So again, it's getting cluttered. And Kerri going to move the broom out a little bit more, see if Val can get around that. And that gets around. Really nice shot by Val Sweeting. That is now shot stone. Not a whole lot you can do with that. It's just biting the top of the tee line, so there's an opportunity maybe to get around, maybe bump it back. You could also run the yellow. Whatever you're feeling. And we're bringing the heat here. Chance there, and it was just a little bit heavy. They called it heavy out of hand. Needed to curl up a little bit, and so they did take shot stone out, but that's not bad. That's going to leave the same situation for Kerri. She can draw around here. Plett still, well, Plett now sitting shot stone. So fairly decent result there for Team Plett. This one's coming in really good here. Gotta slip a little bit deep there. Just bite the back four. So opportunity here for Myla to get around there and doesn't probably want to go all the way back to it. Just use it as backing just in case, but certainly get shot stone out of this. Here's Myla's first. Sweepers aren't touching it. And that is going to harmlessly bounce off shot stone and into the back 12. Not going to factor in. With Kerri sitting one. And try to close that draw opportunity off. And I did mention earlier that Plett was a U25 team, and they did participate in a U25 event, but they're still a junior team. They are all U21s, and with that being said, that's incredibly impressive for how they're playing against this team. So Kerri's last rock, looking to clamp down a steal opportunity. I don't think it's got the weight to have second shot. Really needs to get dragged there. But that should do the job. It's guarded pretty well. I don't think there's anything there they can do on that clockwise side. So this team is going to take a look at those frozen stones and see if there's any angle that could be had. Now those three rocks, there's really no... You can't hit it flush. Like if you're looking at the red rock sandwich between the two yellows, that red and yellow is kind of angled toward shot stone. And so if you were able to hit that at all, it doesn't look like it would go right to shot stone. It would probably just go over top. So with the angles not being there, plus it's already, you'd have to run it back. It could be really disastrous if that yellow stone were to get out of play. You could give up a pile. So the safer call here, the smarter call, is just to do the wide out-turn counterclockwise throw. The 4-foot is available there, so she just needs a good piece of the 4-foot here with final stone. It's coming to a cross. Sweepers trying to work this through. They are close. Can they get around it? Can they get around? They can. And what a tremendous shot there by Myla Plett. A point on the board, a hard-earned point, and this game is tied after 4.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You could throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
This is it. It all comes down to this rock. The hours in the gym, the weeks away from my family. This is what I've been training for. And all those...
So, fifth end break here at the Saville Grand Prix. And boy, both teams could sure use a break after that heart-racing draw by Myla Plett in the fourth, venturing where no one ventured before. She had a very difficult draw, not knowing what it was going to do out there. And that was a team shot. That was proof that one person doesn't make a shot. Everyone was on board with that one. You had not only the brushers getting it there, but also you saw Alyssa Nedowin from the house come in and give her sweeper a rest. And got that into the 4-foot for a point. And they have been playing this game extremely well, as evidenced by the fact that it is tied after 4. So it's a brand new game. It's just like we're playing the first. Now it's a 4-end game. So the young Plett team, coached by, you saw there, David Nedowin. Longtime Brier champion. And so this team's got to feel real good that they're holding their own against a very experienced Kerri Einarson team. So everyone's a little more hydrated, recharged. Here for the fifth end, Einarson with last rock advantage. And the long center guard is what we're going to see first. Kristen Karwacki here with her first. Kristen obviously made a name for herself as the longtime fifth for this team and was tasked to step in with the Scotties earlier this year to play lead, and she was among the field's best. So she gets around that center guard there, top 12. So Allie Iskew here, looking to draw around everything. So right into the button. It is a little bit exposed, so it is reachable with some quiet weight. That's what Kristen will be asked to do. Well managed weight there. So now Einarson sitting 2. So hit and roll out there. Kerri's got... Be careful here. She does have the one rock under cover. That one guard is super high, so there's really... I mean, it is in play, but there's still several ways that both teams can get around with a certain weight choice. So Joanne is just going to try to draw around this. This one's coming in pretty good. Starting to put the brakes on. They are just able to get it by. That's 3 feet lighter. There's a double opportunity there. Now, Myla's not seeing liking what she's seeing, so the run back's the call. See if she can do some cleanup work here. Chloe Fadouk with her second. That's right out of hand. That is going to miss everything, roll to a corner. Few different options here. Thought about the guard is now just going to draw open. I like that better anyways. Joanne Courtney. Just looking to sit 3, spaced out. That's pretty good. It's hard to avoid a double of any type. There's a few different doubles you can make, and I think that was kind of the thought is yeah, there will be a double. These two right here are the easiest ones. But this is still looking pretty good for Kerri to either score her 2 or get a blank if necessary. So Alyssa Nedwin will be asked to get the easier of the doubles. Sit right there on the nose. And it's going to overcurl a little bit. She just gets the 1. Now Kerri's going to use that yellow corner. Try to space them all out. Sit 3. The way they're lined up, it's almost impossible to avoid any doubles. But you certainly want to avoid a triple. The way this Plett team has been throwing rocks. Don't take anything for granted. Granted. That's pretty good. It's not undercover, but it is flat with the one on the center line. There's not really an easy double, but if you do hit the one on the center, you could roll either way and roll on top. Possibly frozen. Here's Nedwin's second. That's going to hit and roll and freeze and... Well, it's not really frozen. It's pretty much all exposed, and it appears to be third shot. Hard to tell. Could be second shot. Could be second shot, which is why Kerri is looking to make a play on it. With some quiet way here, Val Sweeting can take that out and possibly roll undercover a little bit more, and then they're really sitting pretty. And Courtney trying to work this one over. And they will just get it past without clipping anything. Now, is there a triple? They're looking at it. They're going to try it. There's at least a double one way or the other. I don't know if this triples. You definitely want to make sure you get rid of 2. I think you want to get rid of the 2 on the right, closer to the corner guard. So here we go. Big weight coming down. That's going to hit, and that's going to roll. Does it roll frozen? Oh! It does not. It's just going to sit a few inches away from what was previously shot stone. And per the camera, it might be shot stone. A decent attempt here, but I think Kerri's just going to be able to... She would certainly be content with just peeling this yellow out and then sitting 2, and then she's almost guaranteed a 2. Here's Kerri's first. That'll sit right there. Real nice shot there. Sitting 3 with hammer. So now Myla Plett desperately needs some kind of double. They're lining this up like they think they can get a roll to the other side. First thing, though, you need to make sure is that you do get the double. Make 2 go away, and then you're not giving up more than 2. You can sometimes tend to think if you can make a double in a perfect roll, you're going to miss everything and only get rid of 1 and possibly give up a 3, and that would completely change the complexion of this game. There's no fear in these young minds here. Myla Plett lining up for her last shot. Looking for a double, maybe a triple, maybe a double and roll. Needs to cross the face of this rock. Those are off it. And she will just get the double there. So damage control has been done. She is not shot stone, it appears. However, the decision looks like it's just going to be the open hit and stick. It's the age-old question. If you have a rock between 12 and 8, would you rather draw or would you rather hit? First instinct here was to hit it. Last stone for Kerri Einarson here in the 5th. Just needs to hit and stay in the house. And no worries whatsoever. So the first crooked number goes on the board, and Kerri gets 2 points in the 5th. She will take a 3-1 advantage headed into the 6th.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
What do you got? You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
So we're done with 5 ends. We're headed into the 6 here. This is the Saville Grand Prix in Edmonton, Alberta. And my name is Matt Sussman. I'm the one talking over all the sports here. And Einarson, staying patient, playing a young team that's not afraid of anything, finally broke through and was well in control for that, much of that 5th end, having some simple shots and being able to score 2 points. Ali Iskew here, throwing lead stones for Team Plett. One of 2 curlers with rather famous competitive curlers, Ali being the daughter of Beth Iskew and Alyssa Nedowin. Their parents have accomplished a lot, David and Heather. So corner guard goes up. Looking like a very standard end so far here. Kristen Karwacki will try to throw another one in the house, try to control the center. We'll just play a corner, or a center guard rather. So after throwing the corner, Plett will ignore it and just try to freeze down on shot stone. His freeze attempt's looking really nice. Doesn't disturb it a bit. It's frozen quite well there. This Einarson team has been playing very well for so many years. Obviously, all of the Scotties championships, the Scotties appearances, the Grand Slams. They've got several fans all around the world. And my partner, Lauren, was kind enough to remind me that she is a big Einarson fan. She's watching as well. I, however, will remain impartial here in the booth. I just hope both teams have fun. And it looks like they are. So that freeze attempt looked like it came up super light. Plett looking to clear the center a little bit. Looks like she's trying to hit the middle here. See if both can go. Chloe Fiduk. See how many guards she can get out of there. Two reds are gone. She leaves her stone right on the center line. Perfectly guarding the frozen stones. Not what they intended to do. Joanne Courtney being asked to supply another guard. A tighter one here. This one's going through quite well, just maximum separation both ways. Really nice shot. Really nice result. You make a go at the triple here. Spill everything. So the story of this game so far, Plett's team having one career victory against Einarson in one career game, matching them shot for shot through the first half. You're starting to see the pressure finally being applied by Kerri. The shot's starting to matter a little bit more. Each end, this game gets deeper. It looks like I think they're just going to try the single peel here. Based on the broom. I could be wrong. Fadouk's second. Yeah, they're just going for the simple peel. So they'll have Val Sweeting replace that. With their own color. This one might be a touch deep, as it's not quite getting the line they're looking for. It's going to settle right in next to the other one, and there is a much simpler double peel opportunity here for Alyssa Nedowin. Just needs to hit most of this rock. A half rock should do it. Here's Alyssa's first. Not a lick on it yet. Needs to curl. And that will get rid of one. Spill the guard into the house. That's a half miss. Kerri still needs to guard. See if there's any other opportunities here. She could guard for her life, but obviously if she misses it, then there's a chance for Myla to make a play. So she could elect to unlock her own stone. Looks like this is worth a conversation between the two. So I think the decision here is, rather than guard for your life, now that you've got a rock in the top 12, you can keep that there, possibly double these off and roll and split the house and set up a force opportunity. I don't mind that at all. And I don't mind it at all because they like it. Here's Val's second. There's the hit and the roll, and it's going to stay in play. And that's a really good result. So they're sitting 2 without last rock. Really separated. And they are kind of lined up for a double, but it's a really, really long double. You'd be more likely to hit and roll and freeze, in which case you might as well just hit one of them. So Myla's going to ignore all that and try to have Alyssa go around the corner guard. This is light. This needs to move. It is gliding pretty good. Can they get it there? And they do get it just under the guard, and it is shot stone. So after a momentary bit of panic, they did just get it there. It is not completely undercover, and the guard is long. So Kerri Einarson with a chance here to dig it out. With some down weight. Here's Kerri's first. Kristen sweeping a curl to move it over. They do have a piece of that. Can they avoid the jam? They cannot. And the shooter is going to roll back 4. And for the moment, it is shot stone. So opportunity here. Myla definitely needs a 2 in this end. A force, 1 point's probably not going to be enough. Seeding hammer this late in the game. That was the half shot she was looking for. Here's Myla's first. Sweeper's picking her right up right away. Can they get by the red? They do. And they get a little bit of an inside flop, and they are now sitting 2. Excellent team shot. Great job by the Brushers to pick her up. So with those 2 being as far away as they are, this is another concession of 2. Just make sure you hit one of them. Hit the one that's easier. No problem getting by the corner guard. Ooh, a little closer than needed, and that will roll. It'll roll under cover, but it is second shot. And that shrinks the scoring area down a skosh. So all that's left here is a draw. Just needs a little bit of the 4-foot. Be close to the 4-foot. Here's hammer for Myla Plett. Sweepers seem to like it. Not a whole lot of work by the sweepers. Everyone just kind of looking at it. It is a little deep. Is it deep enough? It is deep enough. So that is a big score, 2 for Team Plett. She ties this game at 3. Einarson will take hammer into the 7th.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Seventh end has just started here at the Saville Grand Prix in Edmonton, Alberta. This is Matt Sussman bringing you the commentary of the game between Team Einarson and Team Plett. Plett just scoring a big 2-ender in the 6th. Needing a couple half misses to do it, but she is back on par with this very experienced, very accomplished Einarson team from Manitoba. And they are playing alongside several other good teams, all being shown on Curling Stadium. Both of these teams 2-0 in their pool. And one of these teams will be 3-0 and join Caitlin Laws, who just beat Kate Cameron 7-1 to move to 3-0. So whoever wins this will certainly have a game against Laws, and that'll be a significant game. I want to thank the several hundred of you watching this game alongside us. Great to have you here. Those of you who've been watching since the first end, it has been a very close game thus far. This young Plett team, this junior team from Alberta, showing no fear. There's an open miss there, uncharacteristic of the Einarson team. So after lead stones here, we move on to the seconds. Chloe Fadouk's first rock. Sweeper's picking her up right away. Just looking for a top of the house guard. It's coming in nicely there. There's some cleanup needing to be done here. Joanne Courtney's thrown a few of these in her career. Before she was on Rachel Homan's team, she did play with Val Sweeting out of Alberta. Double peels made, spills the shooter. Looks a lot better for her now. There are still 2 yellow stones out there. So more work to be done, but that was a pretty good result. Center guards replaced. It's a little deeper than they wanted it, so they are close enough. See if Joanne has another double peel in her. Nothing yet from the sweepers. And not the way I think they drew it up, but all good all the same. And 2 rocks by Joanne, 4 rocks gone away. So much better situation for Team Einarson. However, Plett still with the rock fully in the 4-foot. Doesn't look like they're giving up yet. Still a good steal or force opportunity here. Lasanetta wins first. That settles into a good position. Forces Kerri to play on it. So a very simple end developing here, but nothing boring about it. These shots still need to be made. They still need to be placed the right way. You don't want this to slip too deep. Alyssa's still aiming to get this one sort of in that 1-2 guard zone. They're just cleaning it. Starting to come to a stop here. That's a little deeper than they wanted, but it is on line. It still does the job. Chance for Kerri to run them both. It's a 7 or 8 foot run back. She'd love all these rocks to go away. Big shot here for Val. And she's just going to get the single. That may have been the call anyways. So we're down to skip stones. Team Plett's going to have a confab here in the house. Discussion was brief. There's just still going to replace that guard. Perhaps a discussion of where to put it, or if there's some other possibility, but I really think there's only one thing you do here, and you're just guarding for your life, trying to separate these two stones, making the double difficult. And even if they're lined up, the double is difficult because there's always a chance of jamming. As long as she gets the line on this, I think she'll be fine. There's Myla Plett's first. Her sweeper's picking her right up out of hand. That'll settle into the guard zone pretty nicely. Almost over curled. Decision time for Kerri. With 2 stones left, she really would love to blank, but this is also the time you can decide, do you go for your 2 here? Also factoring in, do you mind being down 1? Many teams do enjoy being down 1 with hammer in the 8th. It always makes these penultimate ends really, really interesting. Making some unorthodox decisions. Are you cool with a steal? So it looks like Kerri is going to elect to ignore the guard, go around it, see if she can get shot stone out of this. Doing the clockwise turn. Could be the one she knows better. This is where all that experience for this top 10 team really comes into play. No panic. You know how this game can end. Here we go. Are they looking to freeze? Are they looking to bump? Sweeper's finishing hard. Can they get a little bump? Can they get a little bump? And it's just gonna overcurl a little bit. Came up a little light. All that being said, it's not a bad result because that red rock is not going anywhere. It is staying there. So if Kerri was okay with giving up a steal and holding the hammer for a potential 2 in the 8th, she did her job. There's no other place for Myla to go. She's looking to possibly steal 1 and keep it that way. I don't know if Kerri has any chance. If this is what's left, I don't know if she's got a great opportunity to bump that red at all and possibly get 2. It'd be difficult. So Team Plett with 1 more stone, looking to protect what they have so far. This has been a real tight game since the first. So here's the last stone. Just looking for a guard. Trying to bring it over, and they got it. So that's going to force Kerri to try and draw for her single. I think she's okay with getting the single. It could have been a plan all along. Last stone for Kerri Einarson here in the 7th. Needs to touch the button to score a point. Kristen and Joanne not doing anything quite yet. This one's a little bit hot. Can it grind in time? It will not. It's going to slide deep. Myla Plett will steal a point and take a 4-3 lead. Einarson will have last rock in the 8th.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Join us this March for the House of Hearts Charity Bonspiel in Duluth, Minnesota. Help raise funds for Project Joy, who provides meals for hungry kids in our community. Every donation helps to ensure no child goes hungry. Join us and make a difference. Together, we can spread joy.
Eighth end underway here at the Saville Grand Prix in Edmonton, Alberta, between Team Einarson from Manitoba and Team Plett from Alberta. This is Matt Sussman bringing you the game here on Curling Stadium. And this has been a very close game ever since the first end. Even though there's a disparity in experience, the shots have been very, very close. And Einarson giving up a steal in the 7th, the first steal of the game, in fact. But she does retain hammer and is only down 1 point. 2 is very much within the realm of possibility. So Ali Iskew, the lead for Team Plett. Looking to draw around her own center guard here. That will settle in the 8-foot. Kristen Karwacki's second stone here. Val trying to get this one to curl around, but it is running a little bit hot, and that will settle just behind the tee line. Not really undercover. There's a chance here for Team Plett to chase it. Chloe Fadouk with her first. She's had a really nice game. She'll add to that. The hit and roll, that's going to settle in the back of the house. So now all of the guards are fair game. Kerri will try to hit and roll off this center guard. Rather, Joanne Courtney will try to do it. Kerri will ask her to do it. Joanne coming out of retirement for a week or two. No one ever quite stays retired in curling. It's always a temporary status. And that attempt to roll doesn't quite get the result. Doesn't even remove anything. Plett now sitting 3. That one needed to curl a little bit more, maybe be a little lighter, but it just needed to curl more. Didn't really get a whole lot out of that result. So the young team from here in Alberta is going to bring out the coach. Talk this over. It's not a bad idea. Again, your goal here, you got to remember what your main objective here is in the 8th. Obviously, you'd love to steal and just put this game away and go inside. If you do give up the 1, you got hammer in the extra end. So you could peel the corner guard. That's probably the one rock that could help Kerri's team. And not only could you do that, that is what they're going to do. That's why you have a coach. Chloe's second. Rushers aren't touching it. But it's going to do just fine. Clears the corner guard. Joanne Courtney's second stone. Can they use some of the rocks that are already in the house, possibly freeze on them? Generate 2 points any way you can. That one freezes up to shot stone. It's a really good result. That rock's going to be difficult to get out of play. It's going to take a couple rocks for that to happen. And yeah, think back to what your goal here is. Don't let them score 2. A nose hit here on that red will do the job of unlocking it. You see it so many times. You've got a lead, and you've got rocks in play, and sometimes you got too many rocks and they come back to bite you. I don't think you can double these. She's calling for peel weight here. And the team's going to talk about this again. This is a great learning opportunity for young teams. You're in these situations, you know how to throw rocks, you know about strategy, you know about what you need to do, but then you get into that moment, you get into that close game, and that's when you can win or lose these games. And on the other side here, you think about Team Einarson. They don't travel necessarily with a coach to every event, and so they don't necessarily call timeouts in events like these. So they kind of know what they need to do. They're just waiting to see what the other team does. You gotta think that's a little bit of a different experience for them. Is it almost an advantage for the team with the coach to be able to settle down and do what you think you need to do? So they've changed the call. They've changed the call entirely. And based on that broom, I couldn't hear what the team was talking about. Are they just going to play kind of a unlock the frozen stone? Maybe spill over? Or are they just playing like a hack weight hit? Yeah, so that's what they were doing. They just unlocked the red stone. Now they can remove it at will. Plett still sitting, looks like 2, both in the back of the house. So Kerri needs to be mindful of that. I'm sure she is. With a little bit of a stagger there. I'll try to get around it, use it, anything they can do. Here comes Val Sweeting with her first throw. Going to get some curl action on this one. A little deep, but they'll just go to the backing, and they are now shot stone. Their first and fourth shot at this point. Assuming that Team Plett is only allowed 2 timeouts, they used them both in this end. So they're on their own from here. They need to remember their coach's wisdom, remember what they need to do. Giving up one's okay. Team can, of course, talk to each other. Oh, Alyssa Netowin coming down. Having a quick chat. Calls freeze, or I think the choices are either you freeze to it or you just do the straight draw. The freeze is fine. Again, you don't want them to get 2. I think Alyssa was favoring the straight draw, split the tee line. Here we go. Rushers have been on this most of the way. Can they get this around the red? It's going to click off and just spill. That's going to be second shot. That 4-foot is getting awful cluttered. Big miss there. So now Kerri can have Sweeting hit this stone they just threw, possibly roll a bit, and maybe sit two. Sweeting's second stone. And that will hit and roll really nicely. Just catch the top of the 4-foot under cover. And now Einarson is sitting the 2. Those are the 2 they needed. So with all that being said, we're down to skip stones. Myla Plett does have the opportunity to freeze down to the one in the back 4 or draw around. And here we go with their first. Rushers working this one hard. There's the turn, and can they get it around? Yes, they can. Can they get shot? Yes, they can. And that's a gorgeous shot there by Myla Plett. Biting the button, sitting shot. Got the angle. It's difficult to remove. There is space for Kerri to draw down to it. Get shot of her own. With 2 rocks left. Can she get a skip's deuce out of this? The team's eyeing up some possible runs. Could you do red? Clip the yellow. Spill everything. Kerri Einarson's made a ton of upweight shots in her career. And that can be her tendency. Get back to what got you here. And she's looking at it. So this would be red into yellow. Can she just hit the yellow thin enough where everything spills out and she'd be sitting shot? She absolutely can. Probably the right call. Here we go. Kerri Einarson's first. Looking for a run double. Going to curl it a little bit. And she does make contact. She does spill the yellow out, and she is now sitting 2 after all that. So great shot, great result. Thought she might have had to hit that a little bit thicker. I think she wanted to hit it thicker, but all the same, she did get the 2 out of it. She has got some breathing room now for the 4-foot. Certainly a chance, much better chance to at least get the 1 point. Now, with all that stuff in the back, there's a lot of ways that Myla can go at this, where she can throw a draw and have it frozen behind one of those stones and make it impossible for Kerri to score 2 here. She's looking at the draw. Going to elect for the out-turn counterclockwise draw. Just basically almost to the button, looks like what she's going for. For those of you that just started tuning into this game, thank you for all of you watching. This has just been an absolute gem of a game since the first end. Both teams have been playing so well, a lot of shots made. It's been a story of games just the scores have come off half misses. Just fraction here, fraction there. This has been a high quality game, and we're very lucky to have this one. We're glad to have you here. Myla Plett's first. Sorry, her second and her last. Needs to be full 4. There go the brushers. Does this have enough? Does this have enough? Needs to go. Needs to be full 4. And she just gets it. Full 4 on the center line. Plett, for the moment, sitting 1. Is there a chance for Einarson to take care of that one? There does look to be a double. There is a double, but what happens? It's gonna crash into all of those rocks in the back. Will they stay back there and then bring her 2 reds into play? Kerri's not playing for 1 at all. The thinner she hits this shot stone, the better. She needs to hit this stone in the top 12, probably just a hair low on the center line side. Here's Kerri Einarson's last. Looking for the double. Can she score 2? Not much sweeping yet. She must be close. There's the hit, and there it is, and oh, did she get it? I think, no. No, she did not. Or they're going to measure. So she didn't get the double. They are going to measure. They're going to take a look at this just to be sure. At first glance, this really did look like yellow is going to take the point here. They're just going to put a stick to it just to be sure. Interestingly, the first time Myla Plett played Kerri Einarson, Plett won by a score of 5-3, and that is going to be the final here as well. Myla Plett taking the victory over Kerri Einarson 5-3, an absolute wonderful game from start to finish. So Plett will go to 3-0, tied for first in their pool. Einarson will go to 2-1, still very much alive in this game. Thank you so much for watching along with us. Thanks again to James doing the production, doing the cameras and the scores. We really appreciate that. We really appreciate all of you for watching. Keep watching here on Curling Stadium from the Saville Grand Prix here in Edmonton, Alberta. Thanks for watching.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.